All right, Dr. B here. We're going to go over the project number 7, Midi project, which is your final exam. We're going to go to the files section of Canvas. And in the project 7 folder, there are a couple files that we need to go get. We need to get this pretense boss fight scene MIDI file and the drums MIDI file. So we need to download both of those. If you're hanging out over in the project description under assignments, there's also a link to that MIDI file. So when you click on that and then the drum MIDI file, it will automatically download it to your hard drive. So we're going to do that. Then we're going to run over to Dorico. We're going to go to File, Import MIDI. And then we need to find our files, one for the boss fight theme and one for the boss fight theme general MIDI percussion. So I'm going to hit Shift and click on both of those so they're both highlighted and hit Open. It's not going to open them in the same document. It's going to open them both individually in their own document, which is fine. So there was the drums one, and here's the rest of the ensemble with the drums done incorrectly. All right, so what we need to do is we need to replace the new better drums where the old bad drums were. So we're going to come here to the general percussion and I'm going to hit Command A, and it should highlight all of my drums in orange. And then I'm going to hit Command C. Then I'm going to minimize that window, and I'm going to come back here to the full score, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to click, hold, and drag a box around measure 1 for drums, and then I'm going to scroll all the way to the last measure. I'm going to hit Command. Ooh, that didn't do what I wanted it to do. I'm going to hit Shift, sorry. Hit Shift and click the last note, and that should select all of your drums. Then I'm going to hit Delete. Then I'm going to click the rest in the first drums measure and hit Command V, and it's going to paste my new improved drums over the top. So that's half of the battle for this project. Okay. And then I can close the other drums file because I got what I needed. And then if I go back to the assignment, the rest of the assignment is changing VSTs, importing different sounds. And then I want you to also export the bass part along with the full score. So you're going to need to be able to distribute parts to players in professional settings so they can all get their own score. The bass player doesn't want to play from a conductor's score. He only wants his notes. So we're going to show you how to do that. So back in Dorico real quick, we're going to go to the play menu, and you can see we've got kind of a mixer board for all of our parts. I want you guys to play around with different sounds and different plugins. So if you hit the E here to edit your instrument, you can kind of see there's the drum kit, but I should not be on drums. You can hit E here, and you can go in and put different instruments. So if I come over here to all, it's not showing me what I want. Sorry, I'm going to come over here. Here we go. Now when I hit all, it'll give me all the sounds. So I can change the different sounds. So if I wanted to change the violins 1, right now here's my sound. That sounds pretty good, but if I wanted to change it, I can hit all, I can search for violins, and we can get a bunch of different violin sounds. So I want you to change it up, change the instruments up if you'd like. Well, not if you'd like, I'd like you to change instruments. And then I want you to also play around with the mix. So maybe when you play it back, I'm not hearing certain things, or I want to hear them more. Oh, I like that cello. So mess with the mix. You're going to export an MP3 file over file export audio. Okay, so I can hear what your mix is once you're done with it. And then back in the score, we need to export parts. So to extract our parts, we're going to go to print mode here. So we're seeing the full score there, which your conductor will want. And then if you click on the left, you can see each individual part, what their score will look like. So I think I asked you guys to export the bass part. So you're going to come over here, you're going to change this from printer to graphics. You're going to make sure you have PDF selected. If you click on file name, it'll tell you what it's going to be called. So you can say bass part, hit OK, and it's going to put it in my downloads folder right here. And then I just hit export. And hopefully Dorico doesn't crash on you. And then we also need the full score too. So you can do the same thing for full score here. So you're going to turn in 2 Dorico files plus an MP3 file. Call the score. Export. Okay, so hopefully that helps you do everything you need to do for the final project. Get that in by Wednesday of next week, and I hope you've enjoyed the semester and that you've learned something that will hopefully help you in your future career. Thank you.